Hey there. We are going to now talk about the pelvis, the leg. So, hips. Just take a minute and move your legs around. You can move your legs to feel your hip moving. You can also move your pelvis around. Stand sideways so you can see a little pelvic dance. So that's moving this joint here. And you can see that'd be moving the leg. And like you just did, you can move pelvis. This structure is very important. You might ask, why is it important? And it is important because it's where your center is. It connects your lower body with your upper body. This entire structure is where your center of gravity is housed and can be an amazing source of very powerful movement from your big leg muscles that can keep your body strong and capable throughout your life. So what do we do with it? We spend a whole lot of time sitting in a position like this. That happens for all of us to greater or lesser degrees throughout our day. We sit to work, we sit on couches, we sit in the car. We just have a culture that's very adapted to sitting. The problem with this is that once we sit for a significant portion of our day, certain things tighten and certain things weaken. That's not a very good situation because it completely diminishes the power you could have in your strong legs. We tend to get really, really tight here in the front and super weak in the back. That's not good because it contributes to all kinds of dysfunctions. If your leg muscles aren't working properly, it predisposes your back to injury. I've had a lot of people come in that I can help solve their back pain by showing them how to get a neutral pelvis and how to loosen up the front and work the back of the leg. So I'm going to show that to you. It also can contribute to things like pelvic floor disorder and hip problems, knee problems. It will be a source of disempowerment for your body. So we want to give you that power back. The first thing we're going to do is find a neutral pelvis. This is a very important thing to practice, and I want to give you a way to do it easily. So just put your hands on your pelvis. Just kind of find that structure. And keeping your hands there to feel what's going to happen, just move your pelvis back and forth a couple times. And now imagine that your pelvis here, the pelvic bowl, it's called, is a bowl of water. If you take that bowl and tip it this way, the water spills forward. And if you tip it this way, the water spills backwards. So if you find those two extremes, then try to find the place in the middle where that bowl of water would be centered and not spilling. So it doesn't have to go anywhere. Once you've found that, see if you can memorize kind of what that feels like. It'll change sometimes. You need to integrate this and find it day to day several times. If you have a neutral pelvis, it's the position where you have access to all of the power of your legs to help give you a great posture. I know it took me a long time to find this, and it was many years of being told to flatten my back like this, which is actually inefficient and is tucking my pelvis under and decreasing all of the power I could have in my legs. So it might feel a little odd at first. When you find that bowl of water being upright, it might feel like your tail is out. It might feel very different than you've stood for a long time, but it will be a position that will feel more easeful in general. As you find it, sometimes our weight wants to drift forward. We'll actually talk about that a lot. Everything collapses forward. So after you find your neutral, it's great to just take and back your weight up a little bit, such that your neutral can maintain. So I encourage you to try that throughout the day. Just try to find it a few times. See if you can use it when you're doing other movements. And I'll instruct you in our exercise videos how you can find this position when you're doing anything and everything.